more than 100 million people are expected to travel across the country.
So what exactly is that going to look like? And is it too late to make changes to your plans?
Travel expert Laurie is here with the tips and advice that you need to make your trip a breeze or perhaps a little less turbulent. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
This is really great because I knew that a lot of people are getting ready. They have their bags packed, they're ready to go, and we are just days away from this holiday rush. So what are a few things that travelers should keep in mind if they are traveling this holiday season?
Well, first I think I need to amend my tips based on what you both were talking about earlier. Apparently you cannot be listening to holiday music while you're driving, or at least certain songs, because you might find yourself in a little bit of a predicament.
That's right.
I'm glad you were paying attention, Bobby.
always paying attention. But really though, what's something that you should do, especially if you do have those holiday tunes on and you find yourself in a situation, make sure you're saving some emergency phone numbers in your phone, because when you do find yourself in that stressful situation, the last thing you want to do is start digging through your phone and your records trying to figure out what the rental car company phone number is, what the airline reservation phone number is. You want to have all of that readily accessible in the event you actually need it, so this way you're not fumbling around trying to find it. One of the tips that we always hear a lot is pack your patience, and we're definitely going to need that in the coming week or two. Now, everyone keeps saying, oh, we're going to break records, oh, we're going to break records, but we actually did break a record back on December 1st. They kept saying that that was going to be the biggest day of people passing through TSA checkpoints, and it was. We had over 3 million people passing through TSA checkpoints back on the 1st, and they're saying we're going to beat that in the days after the holidays. So definitely have your patience. You're going to find a couple weather situations around the country as well. So my last tip would be to check the weather before you head out. That's very important. So this way you know what you might be encountering and you're prepared for it.
December 1st was after Thanksgiving. I was like, why December 1st? But
right.
Thanksgiving was
people
so
coming
late.
back from
right.
Thanksgiving.
Okay, that's
yeah.
right.
All right, so what if people have not planned any holiday travel? Is it too late to try to get a deal or to even get booked somewhere?
Okay, so that's a good question, because it's not too late to get booked somewhere, but it's probably too late to get a deal, because the best time to buy an airline ticket is between 21 and 14 days prior to departure. That's where the airlines are looking at what's full, what's not, and they discount those prices on the flights that are not so full. But once you get within that 14-day mark, 14 days up to a week before, that's when they realize if you're looking for that plane ticket, you really need to travel. And that's when you start to see the prices hike up. So when it comes to finding a deal, a little bit too late, but there still is availability out there. You're just going to spend a little bit more money for it.
Okay, good to know. We hear a lot about travel insurance. Is this something, because with cancellations, and obviously you mentioned some of the weather too, is this something that could be beneficial for you?
Absolutely. And the weather, really, this is where travel insurance comes to save you. Because if you find yourself in a situation with an airline and you're delayed or canceled due to weather, the airline really has no responsibility to get you to your destination in a timely fashion. They're going to just rebook you on the next flight with available seats. And that could be 3 or 4 days from now. But travel insurance will still cover you in that situation. So if you need to go get a hotel room, buy a new plane ticket, or rent a car, then that's where you're going to get reimbursed from your travel protection. They still cover weather events. The only caveat is when it comes to named hurricanes. You can't see that there's a named hurricane, go out and buy your travel protection, and then think, oh, I'm just going to buy a plane ticket and get reimbursed for all of that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense, actually. Yeah. All right, so I think a lot of people first of the year, they kind of reassess things. Maybe they want to get away and have some me time. What would you recommend? What's a good travel destination to just kind of meditate and get in touch with everything?
Yeah, so there's a few things that you can do now, because there used to be that in the travel industry, if you were traveling alone, you were kind of segregated from the rest, especially when it comes to cruises. When it comes to cruises, you'd have to pay for a double occupancy cabin, even though it was just you. But now we're starting to see cruise lines actually give single or solo travelers a discount on that. They're just going to be paying for themselves. Virgin Voyages is one of them, where they've discounted their solo supplement. You're also looking at Norwegian Cruise Lines. They've come out with solo balcony cabins. Usually if you traveled alone, they made you stay in an inside room where no one could see you. Now you actually have access to a balcony so you can see the ocean when you're out there on that cruise. But cruising is a good option.
I'm really itching to take a cruise with the family, and solo sounds great too. But thank you so much, Bobby. Really great
I love
stuff.
cruising. I do too many of them.
Oh,
Great
never
stuff.
too many. All right. Thanks, Bobby. We enjoyed talking to you. And for more info and tips from travel expert Bobby Laurie, just head to our website, PittsburghTodayLive.com. We have a link for you there because he has a lot more, incling some
A lot
deals.
of information.